Well, good afternoon and welcome to Cheong Park on this lovely Tuesday afternoon for Anzac Day footy, the first of two games, of course, today. And it will be played between two Premier Division sides, South Croydon and the SBL Wolves. South Croydon, of course, runners-up in last year's Premier A Grand Final. Now both divisions are split, Premier A and B. And we've had a little bit of restructure, but nevertheless, the thing that stays the same is these two teams played each other a couple of times, and it's going to be a great contest. My name's John Oven. It's a pleasure to have your company once again on the second women's match of the round so far in round one. And joining me, like he did last Saturday, is Trent Callan. Good morning, good afternoon to you, I should say, Trent.
Good afternoon, John. Oh, God, I nearly ran with good morning as well there, but seriously happy to be here, and it's a privilege to be calling on a day like today.
And he joined us in the fourth term of the last match of the round that we did. He's back again for the whole game this time. It is EFNL Media Manager Ryan Long. It's a very good afternoon to you, sir.
Thank you, Jono. Beautiful conditions, as you said, out here at Cheong Park. It's an easy trip for me. I'm literally 2 minutes around the corner, so got to walk down, enjoy the sun, and hopefully a good game ahead with two really good sides that should be there come the pointy end of the season, Jono.
They are indeed very good sides, and as I mentioned, South Croydon couldn't quite get the chocolates on the last Saturday in August against the Eastern Devils, going down in that game. And of course, South Belgrave, Listerfield Wolves, don't think they played finals last year, but they'll be ready to make a go of it. They've got Olivia Flanagan fully committing.
Full time for the year, Jono, is that right? Full
time for the year, exactly. She will play the vice-captain role today. But there's plenty of other great players to watch for the Wolves, including, but not limited to, their captain Bailey Withers. She was with us on Media Day. She actually gave us the scoop that Olivia Flanagan would be with the Wolves full-time that night. And, she also said a couple of things to me as well, which weren't true, but nevertheless, I won't disclose those.
Hello. Don't know what you're on about now.
Accusations of bias, perhaps, like Trent did last week.
Well, that's fair because...
That's fair, is it? Fair
but Jono, I'm expecting a bit of improvement from them last season. Obviously, there was only the 5 sides in Premier A last year, so only the one side missed out, which was the Wolves. But it's a new division, got some new sides in there, and with Flanagan especially full-time, there's a good chance that they play finals this year. It's a big test today against South Croydon side, who again is there's a few different players here, but again it's going to be a really strong side and a side that'll be hard to beat.
Absolutely. Now, as I did address off air for South Belgrave Listerfield, there's actually going to be quite a few players named Ash on the field. Now there is potentially a bit of an in-joke that I might disclose on future female footy focus episodes. If I do, I'll probably get fined in the media team, but nevertheless. No, that's going to be great to watch. But let's look at South Croydon for a bit. Taylor Black.
Star.
An absolute star. Can't wait to see what she does today. Last year, Premier A, best and fairest in 2022. Also, Brenda Lay. She's a bit of a speedster as well. So we can just see the South Croydon players breaking from their huddle. Are we going to get off to an early start here? I think we are.
Straight into it. No national anthem, no nothing.
So they're just doing the one today, which will be ahead of the senior men's game, which is to follow, and a bit of a ceremony before the game.
Yep, fair enough.
So we're 10 minutes to... So we're a few minutes ahead. And that is fantastic from Kate there. We're going to have a few tips given to us throughout the day from her. We've been hard at work trying to get everything ready, but to get us underway on Anzac Day, here's Trent Callan.
So the stage is set here in the middle of Cheong Park. There's an early whistle, holding free. It'll go the way of South Croydon. Kicking to the left of screen. Sarah O'Toole, the captain, spots a teammate on the 45 who has number 23, not on our team sheet, found her by hand, and then she eventually turned it over. So SBL Wolves with a chance to head down the broadcast side wing. There's a one-on-one in pursuit there. Trapping it well was Flanagan. Mentioned her pre-game. Inboard now, a dribbling ball. Half-forward flank. Numbers collide at ground level. Can they trap it in? It's still squirting about. They feed it out the back to Deggs, as she prefers to be known, running the gauntlet outside defensive 50. She ran herself into trouble, put her teammate under immediate heat, and there's holding the ball, free kick. Opening minute, and the pressure's hot early.
It is indeed. So SBL off to a great start, and here's Paige McMaster to potentially open the scoring. She doesn't, she goes short. Players will fly. No one can quite get possession of it. It's going to be a ball up. We're off to a red hot start here, I reckon. Ryan Long.
Absolutely. Interesting in the conditions. What do you reckon it is about now? About 25 degrees almost?
Oh, it's red hot. Probably doesn't really feel like it. It actually is in terms of temperature.
So the girls wouldn't have played in too many games like this with the in terms of temperature-wise, which will be interesting to see if they can certainly keep this pace of 4 quarters.
So SBL Wolves managed to lock it in. Mark was almost taken there by Flanagan. It heads to ground. Here's Flanagan again, gets the hand pass off. Team intended target couldn't quite get it. Schuster, bouncing ball along the ground. It's going to be stopped by the South Croydon defender. Just hovering around the point post line. It's Brebner who has possession of the footy, but now she's lost it. The umpire's going to ball it up just to the right of the goal place. Rucks go to work. It's almost tapped over the line. It's going to just be floating around the goal place, if not for a quick clearing attempt from South Croydon. Umpire says, I'll have it just at the top of the 50. 45 as the case may be. Play restarts. Footy gets a little bit closer to goal. In comes Flanagan. She just completely missed her intended target. Picking up the ball there was Hawker. We've tried to get it. Name a number all day. Big kick there from Flanagan. Just missed everything. The first score.
Out of bounds, Jono.
It has gone out of bounds. There we go. So I was
it is a good start here from South Croydon, from the SBL Wolves, just to be able to lock it inside 50 for the opening 3 minutes and putting the pressure on the back 6 for or the back 5 from South Croydon.
There would have been nerves heading in, but the Wolves have settled well as running it. They head back inside 50 to the hot spot. Going back with the flight there was McMaster. Couldn't quite reel it in. Handball into space now. South Croydon backline under serious pressure. Doing anything they can to try and exit. The ball's still bubbling about now. It's socketed forward. Can she run onto it? A clean pick up on the side step. And off the boot, let her down. The first blemish of this afternoon goes the way of the Wolves. It's been one-way traffic early at the moment. You mentioned the heat there, Ryan. It's apparently hot enough to be sitting underneath the umbrella.
I burn easy, Trent.
Sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time here from Ryan Long. Not really. This isn't down the coast. This isn't Berwick. Out they come, South Croydon. Great work there from, I think it was McMillan, to take it out. Mark's easily taken by the intended target. I think that was Katie Shanahan. Gets the handball off. Centering ball for Brebner. The Dogs advance. Inside 45 they go. Bouncing footy. Getting off the half volley. A shot at goal. Across the face. Missing everything again. So a little bit of deja vu, Trent.
So how much space though Prendergast got then inside forward 50.
Last possession rule going the way of the Wolves.
I apologise. The number 44 there was Griffin.
So the exit ball now. Tracking it. South Croydon. Couldn't quite collect it at ground level, then applies the tackle. Spinning around now, right in front of us. Strapped well there from
Southam.
34, Smith it was, for South Croydon. Running back through the corridor now, high up and under, off the boot of Withers. The captain there for the Wolves. Immediately claimed there, throwing free kick. Good tackling pressure applied by South Croydon. The centre of Cheong Park. They can bite off the 45. It's a dangerous ball. Shepherd intercepts. She can pump him back inside forward 50. Over the head of Schuster. Slightly misjudged it in the air. It's on the deck again. Flanagan will try and go to work. Throws it out again. In fact, Flanagan has it now. Heads to the outer wing side. She's got a teammate in space in Griffin, who slightly fumbled, and it's been the story of the opening couple of minutes for South Croydon. Down the line again. Trying to trap it once more on the half volley. Couldn't quite. That was Prendergast. There's been a whistle. The South Croydon dog on the bottom of the pack. We have free kick. So down the line, she just heads to the numbers. And they read it well. The Wolves, mark not paid in the end. And then she's dumped into the turf in front of the scoreboard there. Wolves lead it by a point. 6.5 minutes played.
Gee, it's getting hotter and hotter down here at Cheong Park. Up goes the footy. Footy hits the deck. Prendergast in there, couldn't quite pick up the football. The Wolves just peppering away, trying to gain possession as the ball heads towards South Croydon's end. Players in, left to the right. Can someone pick it up? Yes, it was a Wolves player for a moment, but another ball up. Now it's just a little bit deeper inside there, forward. Footy goes up. Yeah, they might be able to come out there. I probably do. Yeah. They come out. South Belgrave, but there's only one player, well, two players or three in the centre of the ground. Look at this from South Belgrave. They're just absolutely on fire at the moment. The intercept almost came from McMillan. She couldn't quite, and now here is Hawker again. To the top of the 50, but the mark is taken by the Doggies. Egan goes on the 45, finds the intended target. And they just try and caress the ball around. The intended target there on the wing there was Brebner. It's turned over again into relatively open space. The Wolves player can pick it up, but then some South Croydon players come to meet her. Flanagan missed it. And it's going to be wrapped up here. McMaster, the player, wrapped up. Another ball up this time.
So a bit of back and forth footy here. 40 out from home. To the right of screen, the way of the Wolves. Trying to collect it at her feet was Pendlebury. There's been another whistle. South Croydon will take it. Still yet to register the major. They've had sort of all the play, it seems. Standing underneath that one well was Whittle. Marks on the juggle. Assesses the options down the line. Just got a teammate running shotgun. Finds her by hand. His first sighting of Black, who marks and plays on. All the experience coming to the fore now for Taylor Black rather. Bouncing ball was unkind for them all. Thrown out there. Found her teammate from a standing start.
Bibby.
Offline it was, although on the goal line lurking again was Black.
How about the speed there from Withers to chase down Black? Otherwise, she may have just run into an open goal. So that's the pressure that she's been starting with and been one of the Wolves' best players in the opening 9 minutes.
So Withers from the back line comes out with a big kick on the 45. The mark is taken well. Great grab there from Grimmer. She's one to watch today. She sends it further afield. There's a great tap there as Brebner manages to play her part in the turnover. Great hands. As South Croydon try and advance further, and they just can't. The Wolves doing very, very well to cut off every defensive effort so far. Now here's South Croydon again. I think that was Smith. She was wrapped up, and then that was a great kick off the ground from Flanagan. Top of the 50 now. Could be all Wolves here. I think that was McMaster again. She's playing a lot of roles in the forward 50. Here's a kick for a goal. It's bounced across the face. And another behind to the SBL Wolves. 2 straight to 1. 2 straight behinds, I should say, to 1 straight behind as we tick over halfway in the first term.
So once they fetch this down the back, it'll be Denny Egan for South Croydon to bring it back into play. In fact, there's been a free kick, Jono.
Okay.
And taking it's Fraser. She calmly slots through the Wolves first. They open their account. 1 goal, 2. Plays South Croydon with a 1 blemish to their name. Not quite sure. Can you sum that?
I actually didn't see what happened there, what the free kick was for, but they deserved a goal because they probably owned this the first 11 minutes. I think South Croydon have only had the 2 inside 50s, and the SBL Wolves seem to be running a bit better in this opening term and creating those opportunities with a lot of leg speed. So a great start for the Wolves, who come in as probably the underdogs this afternoon.
They do indeed. 11.5 minutes gone. Rucks go to work in the centre of the ground. But it's going to be the Wolves again. Coming out, here's Mason. But it's cut off by South Croydon for the moment. And they're able just to settle. Ball coming towards the middle. Well cut off there from, I think it was McMaster again. They've got open space ahead of him. Here's the number 35, who I don't think I've seen before. It might have been 25. There you go. Fraser, it was. I apologise. I think round 1 jitters, I suppose, Ryan. So South Croydon can try and clear out. Dispossessed there was McKellar. Tackle was laid. Holding the ball's the call. It's been all the Wolves at the moment. What a huge start from them. Hayley Wolf, appropriately named for the team that she plays for, gets the kick in to the hot spot. Off hands. Ball hits the deck. McMaster's in there as well. She couldn't quite pick up the mark. Oh, around the body was great. To a one-on-one contest between the 2 number 21s. Benita Wilder sees it over.
That was Grimmer with the ball forward then. She's done most of her work down back. So this time can confirm South Croydon will bring it back into play with a kick out. So down the corridor they sort of go. Centre half back. It's off hands. They've got good representation at the ground, do the Wolves. Although the pressure was hot enough for South Croydon. There's Taylor Black getting involved again. Wrapped up well in the centre of the ground of a stoppage. The umpire clears her pass from behind. 2 rucks go at it again. Met solidly there was Pendlebury. We'll have another stoppage, same spot. Jono.
So just to the far side, on the other side of the synthetic wicket. South Croydon try and put the effort in. Bibby dispossessed but still got the footy back. Are they a chance to mark inside or maybe even goal, South Croydon? Off hands, ball hits the deck. It was the number 19 for South Croydon who was wrapped up. And then it was a clearing effort there from the Wolves. Mason couldn't quite take possession of the ball. They're inside the centre square now. Here's Price. She might get the ball back again. Dispossessed. Here's Southam trying to paddle it along the ground. She tackled Lay. Lay was held. Umpire saw fit to award her a free kick. Right on the synthetic wicket or just on the edge of the centre circle. The kick goes on the 45. It's almost as if perhaps there might be a bit of sweat on the footy playing part in the affair today so far. Here's Lay. 55 out from goal to the hot spot. Mark was almost taken there. Grimwade tried to put the effort in. Footy hits the deck. A ball up, 35 out from goal here. it's a red-hot contest as well as the weather, Ryan.
Absolutely.
So slap forward, straight down the throat of the Wolves. Clearing ball, it went also higher than it did forward. We'll have another stoppage.
It's certainly been a real positive quarter, though, for the Wolves to be able to stop a South Croydon side, which is so strong when they get going up forward.
They do look a little bit different, though, I suppose, right?
It is a different side as well.
So Bailey Withers has the big job on Taylor Black. Comp best and fairest winner from last year. This time the palm down lands with Alice, who just slaps it out of there. It's a good policy. They've got numbers again at the fall. Bounce was unkind there for Brebner. They'll have to work back and help out our teammate who's gang tackled. And we'll have another stoppage in the middle of Cheong Park. Crowd slowly building into this. Of course, the seniors to follow this one. Set to be a cracker. And wrapped up again, and another ball up. Jono.
So just on the edge of the square. Ruck's got it. No one can quite take clear possession of the ball. Is Withers trying to crunch her way through. Dispossessed, still managed to get the handball out. Now here's Marshall with the kick forward, but it's a little bit skew-if. South Croydon can sort of mop up here. Tackled there was Whittle, holding the ball's the call.
Oh, that's
and
25.
25-metre penalty. So costly there. Umpire says clear the area. So Elisa Sharp awarded the 25-metre penalty there. Kicks across to a pack of players. And we've got a ball up. I think it might be somewhere around the 40-metre mark, perhaps, for SBL. Very scrappy footy. The hot weather certainly playing a part in this at the moment, as we'll have another ball up after Brooke Smith, the skipper,
I'd like to get
was wrapped up.
Just one more in the last 2 minutes here would make sort of capitalise on their work that they've done this quarter, because they've been the better side.
Yeah, red time goal would certainly hurt South Croydon out. They can be happy with where the scoreboard sits at the moment, considering their start. A measured ball out wide. Finds South Croydon teammate who can wheel and go. It'll sail over the head of a 2-on-2 contest. Running onto it well there was the Wolves player. They sorted out by hand. Schuster again. Oh, run down. Holding the footy. Prendergast it was. That might just lift this South Croydon outfit.
That was unbelievable.
Oh, and then Schuster again with the smother. And wrapped up again in front of the faithful. So as we tick closer to a minute remaining in this first term, it'll be interesting to get near into the South Croydon huddle at the break. So Coach Simon Hammersley, it'll be interesting on his brief. So inboard now. Griffin, she tracks this one. It skips across the synthetic pitch. Flanagan again. Found her quarterback by hand. There's Black getting involved. Can pop it over the top. And Bibby's in space. Decides against playing on and sends her left boot to the hot spot. Marking well at the 4 there was Grimwade. Still time for another one here. Heads to the pocket. It's a bouncing ball. Grimmer there. Just hacks it out of there. And it might trickle over. So 20 seconds here. They've got to hurry, do the Dogs.
Time might be against them though, Trent.
10 seconds now.
Got to get it quick. Got to get it in quickly.
Very quickly. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chance.
Free kick.
Free kick. Oh, that's costly.
Free kick going the way of Bibby, it might be.
I think it might be, yeah.
So after the siren here, Bibby lines up, measured approach, and she splits the middle. Huge late goal for South Croydon, and they're back in the hunt.
Gee whiz, the girl from Ballarat playing her first game for South Croydon gets one, and let's get some thoughts from Ryan Long for the first term.
Yeah, probably. I mean, to look at the scoreboard there, 117 to 128 is a bit surprising when the Wolves probably controlled the first 10 to 12 minutes, but South Croydon kept working into the game. They started to get some late inside 50s there, and that's a perfect result at the end to finish with a goal. And even game, which is fantastic, and two great sides. So looking forward to seeing how this contest plays out.
We'll get some further thoughts to preview the second quarter, including hopefully the coaches' messages as well, as we head to the quarter time break. It's South Croydon 117 to SBL Wolves 128 here on the Deakin University Match of the Day.
This is a great setup.
Oh, the sun's gone.
He's been playing for 5 years. I'm wondering if he's mathematics genius. Oh yes, he's a mathematician genius. Set up that. What were they? They laughed. Everyone called shit. Someone in the I could always go oh, Brad should do it. Who would actually do it? He's here. Yeah, I'll just...
Welcome back to the Deakin University Match of the Round on this Tuesday afternoon. ANZAC Day, April 25, 2023. It's the South Croydon Bulldogs up against the SBL Wolves. The score, only 1 point in it. South Croydon 117 to the away side 128. John O'Ven, Trent Cowan and EFNL Media Manager Ryan Long with you for this afternoon. And yeah, not much in it, is there, Trent?
No, it's sort of hard to sort of wrap your head around that South Croydon only trailed by that 1 point. Obviously that late goal courtesy of Ella Bibby across from Ballarat this year. Yeah, they probably shouldn't be that close.
I think it's probably their back lines really stood up. They were under a lot of pressure, some repeat inside 50s there for the Wolves, and they held their ground and certainly were able to get something going in the last 5 to 10 minutes of that quarter. And it's a really interesting game because the Wolves have come out firing. I thought Withers was fantastic, especially just with her run. You know, you go back to that inside 50 there where her pressure was able to put off the kick and stop a potential goal. So that's one player that certainly has stood up well.
Well, she's got that roll on Black to sort of nullify her impact, but then she's been able to also on the transition have an impact of her own. So
yeah, and that's probably been one of their big strengths in this opening half. Their run off the half back line and creating some opportunities. They're willing to take the game on, which is what you got to do, and they've done that well. But to South Croydon's credit, they've just been able to hang in there, and only 1 point in at a quarter time, they'll have a lot to build on.
So South Croydon, South Belgrave, Listerfield, I should say, first to break from their huddle. It says something about them, doesn't it? They're really hungry. really hungry for a win to start off the year.
Yeah, they've come prepared and they've sort of made a statement in that opening term. It'll be interesting to see how they go about it in this second term. We've got word out of South Croydon camp by the looks of it. Led to boundary in a sec.
So keen to elaborate on that as the game goes on, but pretty much all is in readiness for the second term. And Ryan Long to run us through the coaches' messages very shortly as we get underway for the second term. You're with Trent Cullen.
So second term underway on Anzac Day. South Croydon will try and win the clearance. Buttering up well there was Prendergast. Then wrapped up again. We'll have another stoppage in the centre of the ground. So South Croydon this time kicking to the right of screen, trying to burst clear with the Wolves in the centre. That running onto it was Mason. She can pump him inside 50. It's a shallow entry. Ball evades Flanagan. And the exit ball spilt out of the bread basket of Wolf. As Jono touched on, the appropriately named Wolf.
But the Wolves, they're very happy with their early pressure, especially from their midfield group.
Thanks to Ryan Long and indeed Kate Green for that. As we're on the edge of the 50 paint on the near side. Wrapped up was Hawker. Will go up again. It was Grimmer, went up in the ruck there, got the tap down. In hard there was Price. Price, look at this. Great kick, great clearing kick. Absolutely stunning there for Bibby. Right in the centre circle. Who can get a mark? Pushed out was that South Belgrave Listerfield player. And she'll have a chance to switch. Intended target there was Wolf. And now it's a turnover in the hands of the South Croydon player. She's wrapped up by 2 Wolves players. And we'll have a ball up about 55 metres out from goal. Up we go then. Clearing kick there to the hot spot, the goal place. One behind scored. And now scores a level.
Scores are level. Right you are, Jono. So South Croydon to bring it back into play. Broadcast side they head. Getting up there was Malice. Couldn't quite latch onto it. Standing underneath that high ball was Fitzgerald. Likewise, couldn't quite handle it. Wolves at ground level. She might have thrown that. The umpire's quick to ping her as well. So through Grimwade. 40 out from home. She can head short. It wasn't at all where she intended to head that one, and cutting it off was Withers. So South Croydon, they've created the turnover again through Brebner. Back inside 50 they head. There's Lay at ground level. She's got 3 to beat. And the numbers win out with the Wolves. Broadcast side, another high up and under. Standing underneath it was Schuster. She's got Flanagan for company. And then a good tackle applied there from Hawker on true centre wing, and we'll have another ball up.
Again, it's that pressure, Jono, especially from their midfield group. They've done really well so far, not giving South Croydon any space. 2
very experienced umpires out in the park. 2 are there for the Premier A Grand Final as they restart things here at Cheong Park. That was Hawker trying to gain possession of the footy. Lay's lurking, might get the hand pass off the South Croydon player in Bibby was infringed with. I'm sorry, that was Griffin. Options present. Lowers the eyes. I think that was Grimwade, couldn't quite take the mark, but they're still on here. Here's Griffin again. Shanky kick, McMaster in defence. Clearing kick's very good. As the Wolves can just slow things down around the boundary line. They don't elect to do that. Instead, they go inboard. Taking the mark there was Foster. They can Slow play down again. They've got a bit of open space ahead of them. The intended target was likely Southam there. She's got a bit of work to do to try to pick up the footy. She gets it as her opponent was left behind. Sling tackle though from the South Croydon player. It might have been McMillan, as the Wolves will try and come inside 50. Great work there from South Croydon as they try and get the footy from the defensive effort. They're actually going to have a free kick here in defensive 50. It's immediately turned over just on the opposite side wing, Trent Callan.
So she can pump him inside 50 again, standing underneath this one. Juggling march, he tried to claim it there. That was Brebner. They work it out by hand again through Whittle. Head to the outer wing side. Standing underneath that one was Griffin. Spilt the mark and then wrapped up again. We'll have another whistle. Holding free will go the way of Taylor Black. It might be on the outer side. So down the line again. So the tall Timbra running onto this one in time and space. Might be McMillan. Inside 50, bouncing ball, socket off the ground, and it'll trickle over. South Croydon's footy once more, who are starting to tick into gear in the second term. It's been this last entry kick that's let them down so far. They'll head to the hot spot, the teeth of goal. Charging onto this one was Bibby. Butters up well at ground level to Sarah Black, who slots through her first. Doesn't need a lot of the footy to have an impact. Taylor Black.
I should mention, Trent, if it's any consolation, Sarah Black, AFL media journalist, is in the building. She does actually play for South Croydon, although injured of late. She's very good at what she does too. She's a Richmond fan as well.
But just to be able to create those opportunities, she's so well in putting herself in the right spot, and that's exactly what she did there, obviously. A big season last year, hit the scoreboard quite a bit, and already starting to this quarter, and it's been a strong start from the Dogs in the second term.
I've been impressed with the work of Bibby as well.
Yep.
On either side of this first term.
Yeah, one of about 6 new players here for the South Croydon side.
A lot of them are from the country as well, as play restarts, and South Croydon can pick up from where they left off. Black couldn't quite take the mark. She might be able to get the ball back here. Nah, Prendergast, if you don't mind. Easy as you like. And they get their second consecutive goal, Ryan Long.
And one player who's really starting to get on top of the game is Griffin in the middle. You saw the clearance there. Just had the space and time, and the kick inside 50 was a good one, a bit of a chaos kick, and in the right spot. Prendergast, they're starting to certainly get on top in the mid.
So South Croydon 3-2-20, playing the Wolves 1-2-8. Nice little buffer created. 2 in a minute there. And it's from the household names in Black and Prendergast hitting the scoreboard here. So back in the centre of Cheong Park again. Have the Wolves got a quick reply of their own? Running onto this one was McMillan. She's beaten in a foot race with Hawker. And Wolves can work it out by hand. Inside 50, 1-on-1 contest, and on the chest, marking well was Wilder. First sighting of her today. She's got a long searching lead, the teammate in mind, and then dumped in the marking contest. Free kick in the teeth of goal.
Flanagan, the skip up, the vice captain.
Going the way of Flanagan, as you heard. That quick reply we just mentioned sits with Flanagan to answer.
And well done by Hawker there to get that centre clearance. They desperately needed it.
So Flanagan, in she steps and makes no mistake of that one. The Wolves hit back hard.
Well, after a bit of a stalemate in that first quarter, it certainly started to open up, which we thought would happen eventually, and those clearances are just going to become so important. Just give their forwards first use of the ball.
I feel like it's going to be neck and neck throughout the whole day. It sort of set the tone early here on Anzac Day. Cheong Park, the first of 2 matches of the round today. Perfect day for footy. What more can you say, really?
There's no excuses, is there? Clean hands at all. High scoring affair. The weights.
Absolutely. South Belgrave out of the middle. Prendergast, the former goal scorer, picking the footy up, looking for her intended target. Couldn't quite, as the Wolves just try and manufacture a way out of this one. On the deck, though, was Hammersley, as the Doggies just try and clear the footy out. They're going to do so after a chain of handballs there. And they're definitely, most definitely on. Prendergast again to the right. A minor score.
She's looking dangerous.
She's on fire. Absolutely on fire as we go to 3-3-21, 2-2-14. Just over 10 minutes gone in the second quarter. Trent Carlin.
That was a smart handball by Black to her advantage again. She's kept that width running on the outside and nearly slotted through her second. Standing underneath this one, Price it is, the ex-VFL footballer. Spots something she likes in the middle of the ground, and Taylor Black had her name written all over it. 30 out, no angle to speak of. She's starting to stamp her class on this Anzac Day game. Someone of her quality, you can almost pencil this in. She strolls in now. Does Taylor Black. And look at that. Look at that. Straight over the goal umpire's hat. And another little buffer created by South Croydon here. They move to 4-3-27. The Wolves 2-2-14.
Something we underestimate is just the ability to kick straight from set shots, and we see it in any competition. Sides really struggle with inaccuracy, and then someone like Taylor Black with the, as you said, the quality of a player she is, that it doesn't get much better of a kick. That's a beautiful set shot, and starting to really come into this game in this second term.
Definitely cementing the 3 votes already.
Gone early, Jono.
Probably in the umpire's eyes. I know I've gone the early crow.
We're only 12 minutes into the second quarter.
And it's only round 1, but nevertheless you can still deliberate about votes, surely. So we go back in the restart, and the Wolves are trying to find a way out through Flanagan, I think it was, but players hit the deck just on the edge of the centre square. Broadcast side will go again. Up goes the footy. Fitzgerald missed it on this occasion. Footy's wrapped up, we'll do it all again. So Fitzgerald to likely take the ruck contest again. She gets hands to it this time. South Croydon trying to clear the pack, but Shepherd's got the deft touch, and now the Wolves have got it again, if not for an umpire's whistle. As we can see a Wolves player on the ground, just a little bit worse for wear. She can get up though and potentially take this kick, although it was Maddie Southam who just went to check on the welfare of her teammate and Foster. Foster to the hot spot, intercepted by the South Croydon skipper, Smith. Send it back from whence it came. Here's Foster again. No, it's not. Southam quickly moves off her mark to the top of the goal square. One-on-one contest. Intercepted by Brebner. She's got Smith for company, but goes to the opposite side. Down the corridor now. Giddens. Missed the intended target. Chasing the footy is Price. Can she get onto it? No. Players hit the deck. Ball up imminent. No, it comes out the back of the contest. Withers manages to pick it up. And now a chance for SBL. Inside 50 they go. And they're doing all the attacking at the moment. O'Toole missed it. Still a pack of players form. There's a bit of a rugby maul inside 50 for South Belgrave Listerfield. But there's a ball up and we'll go at it about 25 metres out from goal. Great tap there from Fitzgerald. Whistle out of zone. Free kick South Croydon in the back line.
Yeah, Wolfett was infringing there. McMillan right in front of us. and head down the line. It's a good policy. Just put it anywhere near.
Guess who?
Taylor Black. She tries to step through the traffic, does well enough. The bounce was unkind for Bibby, and they sort it out by hand again. Through Fraser, dumps a long one to that captain in Brooke Smith. Immediately looks inboard.
Trent, where do you make a decision to put Withers back on Black at the moment?
I think you'll have to. She's had a good couple of minutes. As the ball sits on the deck now. Half-back flank for South Croydon. And it's almost stacks on style. We'll have another stoppage.
She's just starting to really get on top of the game, so one to watch, especially in this last 5 minutes of the quarter.
5 minutes to go as Ryan says it's Withers off the ground. Infringe with potentially just a little bit of high contact to the neck. She can't get the footy though as Egan clears for South Croydon. Off the ball, I think there was contact made to late as the Wolves intercept in the middle. And there's another stoppage on the opposite side wing, just overlooking the scoreboard. Umpire throws the footy up. Tap down there was by Fitzgerald again. Another ball up. Lots of stoppages as there's one team that's trying to break out and find space. The Wolves have it at the moment. Great tackle laid by Brebner. She's been pretty good with the tackles today, gents, so far. Inside 50, the mark is taken by McMaster. Now to the hot spot. Top of the goal square, Flanagan's lurking. She can't take the mark though. And South Croydon have it deep in defence. Kick goes for McMillan. The dual coder for the Bulldogs plays netball as well. Goes across the boundary line, intercepted by Wolf. Has she got the distance from here? Don't think she does. Play on's the call. Hot spot. Flanagan couldn't take the mark on this occasion. The hands off for South Croydon. Intercepted almost there by Wilder. Players hit the deck. Ball up at the top of the goal square. Lots in it at the moment. Trent Cullen.
She's not the spot you want to be fumbling either. I won't name and shame, but high up and under again. It's tossed up. There's Hawker. Running onto it there was Sarah O'Toole. And to pump it back inside, Wolf again on her left.
Brilliant.
Underneath this one, she plays on.
McMaster.
Geez, that was a strange decision. Might still work out in the end. Although the pressure's good enough.
So it was going to be a tough angle to kick from, but probably had a bit more time to maybe pass it off.
Bit of rush of blood there, getting the better of it. So ball up again. Whittle in the ruck once more. This time South Croydon defending grimly.
Certainly important to lock it in here for the last 3 minutes and hopefully for their sake finish with one more.
They fisted again, another tackle laid. Trying to slap it to the advantage of her teammate there was South Croydon. Ball trickling about, it's thrown out to the quarterback, the back of the stoppage, and it'll trickle out of bounds. I'm enjoying the matchup of the two number 34s, Brooke Smith and Olivia Flanagan, going toe-to-toe.
Two great leaders in their own right here at Cheong Park.
So another ball up for Whittle again. Running onto this one was Brebner. She's dumped immediately into the turf. We'll have another stoppage, 20 out. 90 seconds left in this second term. Ball up once more. Whittle again slaps it forward. Beating out McMaster. McMillan will try and trap it at ground level. She's met solidly on the arc of 50 and we'll have another ball up. They've really led on the leaders in this quarter, South Croydon. It's a good reason why they're leading this ball game at the moment. Another stoppage imminent here again. The umpire crosses his chest once more. So a minute left to play here, Jono.
I reckon lock it in might be the order of the day so far here in this second term. Might be a chance late though, inside the last minute. About 45 seconds left in the first half. Clearance efforts made by both teams. Oh, South Croydon about to come out here. That's brilliant. To open space, only two players ahead of them. And now the ball just completely misses them both. They're red hot here, if not for an umpire's whistle. Who's it going the way of?
It's a throw on the South Croydon girls.
Going the opposite way as we tick inside 25 seconds here in the first half on Anzac Day. Deakin University Match of the round. And I think that the Wolves might just park the bus here. 15 seconds to a contest. Ball spills. Trying to get it out there is McMillan. She's just lurking around the contest, but it'll be the Wolves with the last word in the first half. It's now half time in the Deakin University Match of the round. South Croydon 4-3-27 to SBL Wolves 2-2-14. We'll be back with the second half right after this. And welcome back to the second Deakin University match of the round. It's EFNL Women's Footy on Tuesday afternoon, Anzac Day, April 25, 2023. An Anzac Day observance to come in post-match as we get ready for the men's game still to come here. South Croydon and Blackburn, I believe, in the Premier Division. You can hear the pre-game show on Eastern FM, held by Josh Ward and a handful of others. Josh Ward, of course, a member of our female footy focus crew. You can hear our podcast on Thursday morning. Jonovan and Trent Cullen with you, almost in readiness to get started. The score of this game, South Croydon 4-3-27, lead SBL Wolves 2-14. Ball is held aloft and we'll get underway in the second half of the Deakin University match of the round. Here's Trent Cullen.
So here we go. What's the second half got in store for us here? It's probably silly to say, but it's been a tale of two quarters. Here we go, forward now. Through Katie Prendergast to the teeth of goal, over the head of Bibby. Tracking it at ground level are the Wolves. It spills out, boundary line side into the post. And a slinging tackle almost from Bibby. Lands with Lay, who's got a good turn of foot. She was quickly claimed there. And they sorted out well by hand with the captain, the cool head of Withers, dumping a high ball out of defensive 50. It looks like it's coming straight back though, into the corridor. Smother there. And Lay once more, getting on the end of this one. Wasting no time. Pumps them inside 50 again, onto the chest of Black.
She's on fire.
We've talked about that matchup. This time, unselfishly, heads to the pocket. Prendergast it might be. Look at this. Teeth of goal over the line. Not the start the Wolves were after.
So Prendergast, was it?
Prendergast it might have been. South Croydon 5-3-33. Play the Wolves 2-2-14.
That's the case. She's kicked her second here.
We've talked about that matchup on Taylor Black. Guarding her at the moment's Fraser. Withers had the job on her in the first term and nullified her impact. Well, back in the centre now, Jono.
Up we go. Wolves to try and clear it out. Hawker dispossessed, held, evidently. Or maybe that was Withers. Withers to kick forward. The skip. 2-on-2 contest. Ball's in favour of no one, but everyone. Ball's on 52 metres out from the SBL goal. We go up again. No one can trap the footy. South Croydon managing to come around. Here's McMillan. Down the centre to open space. Lace chasing, I think it was. She has a bounce. How about this? Inside 50. Looking to Black. No, couldn't quite. Ball hits the deck. Ricocheted off hands. South Croydon still a chance. High up and under, 1-on-1 contest. Just let it go through. She doesn't. Was tapped on the line by Ellis. On the last line of defence. And now the score 5-4-34. South Croydon leads South Belgrave Listerfield 2-2-14. 3 minutes gone in the third term. Trent Cullen.
Geez, Bibby had Black on short. I liked her confidence though. This time an exit ball lands in the lap of Prendergast again. Had an awesome couple of minutes. She steps her marker there. Pumps him inside 50 once more. And a good mark taken there by the Wolves key defender. The exit ball was a dangerous one. They'll try and sort it out by hand. Flicks it over the top. That was Mason. Into the path of the South Croydon ruckman in Whittle, who spots a teammate on the outer wide. Prendergast shepherded well. Black will try and read this one. She's tripped up. She's got a teammate who's bumped off it. No downfield free kick paid. Lay again. She's got speed. And she's got the goal. South Croydon again. Putting the foot down in this third term. The Premiership quarter. 6-4-40. Playing the Wolves 2-2-14.
So Brenda Lay with her first as we welcome back EFNL Media Manager Ryan Long. Pretty impressive goal, hey?
Yeah, absolutely, and she's a really strong netballer as well. It was actually netballer of the week last week.
Indeed.
A woman of many talents and impressive kick there, and they're starting to kick away now. Obviously, I've missed the first few minutes.
6-6-6 maybe.
It was a centre square infringement. Great call. You hardly ever see them paid though in local footy. There's Amy Whittle to take it from the centre, intercepted by Hawker. Quick to move on. Now inside 50. The intended target was Shepherd. Bouncing footy. Who can get to it first? It'll be the Wolves. Players hit the deck. It's going to be a free kick to the Wolves, I believe. Now it's interesting. What's happened here? It's going to come back. And just a bit of set kick control from the umpire. Free kick's going to go to McMaster. She plays on, gets it off to Flanagan. Big kick to the hot spot. Intended target can't take the mark, but over the back, as easy as you like. Another goal to the SBL Wolves. They're still well in it, 3-2-20. Trailing South Croydon 6-4-40, 5.5 gone third term. Ryan Long.
Great response, Jono. They're hanging around a 20-point difference. It's certainly nothing, so well done there to Wolf. She's had a pretty impressive start, I thought. She's been one of their probably maybe top 3 or 4 players, certainly getting plenty of the football and capitalising there. It's a fantastic job.
So she kicks her first there. Thanks Ryan for identifying there.
I've liked her game. There's just a bit of reward for effort. So they trail by 20, and to say they needed that is an understatement. Back in the centre of Cheong Park again. The ball's tossed high for the Rucks to contest again. There's Brebner working in the centre. Ball forward there from Grimer. Trying to paddle it to her advantage and wrapped up well. It was Powell. Slammed into the turf, and her team or opposition helps her up. So some good sportswomanship on display there.
Absolutely.
So high once more again. Look at the numbers converge on this one. Just handball into space was all she could manufacture. And then Brebner lays the tackle well on Mason, and she's awarded. Bibby presents down the line. It's headed in her direction. She'll stand underneath this one. Can't quite latch onto it. The forward handball to Katie Prendergast again, who's got time and space.
Oh, look out.
The pressure was good enough to affect the ball forward. And
oh, no.
It's bounced.
Oh, no.
Right angles on the goal line, and the Wolves can exit, although Prendergast again. Pressured once more. Black will try and tap it to her teammate. Thrown out of there, and the umpire's quick to whistle that. They've coughed up a good chance for a goal there, South Croydon.
The unluckiest of bounces for the Dogs. The Wolves mount a challenge in defence. Bibby collects the ball, gets it out. I think it was to Smith. And now here's Griffin. A few handballs flying left, right and centre. Here's Bibby again. Hat kick out by the Wolves. Now it's in the possession of Grimmer. Immediate turnover. Great intercept there by Fitzgerald as the Dogs lock it in for the moment on the edge of the centre square. The Wolves can come out with it though, but only as far as Flanagan on the edge, about the same place, and it's going to end up there for the moment as there's a free kick to the Wolves in the exact same location. Great mark taken there from someone who's had a lot of experience in VFLW, Flanagan, and as I say that, smothered kick, but she'll still get it back. It's almost as if she took the mark and she's having another kick. Grab a kick along the ground, looking for Mason, who's trying to pick up the ball, but then a couple of players come to the forward, the Sharon. Schuster trying to get the ricochet off. Footy hitting the deck. Can anyone come out with it? Brebner was pushed, I think it was. Now here's Withers, getting the hands off to Flanagan, who juggled it and then was met solidly by Brebner again. Has it gone over the boundary line yet? Yes. It's a very hot contest.
They did well there to shut down Flanagan, because she just snuck off from the contest to get a bit of space. So they were lucky to get some numbers back and help out.
Brooke Smith not wanting to give her an inch either.
No. It's been a fascinating contest, as you mentioned earlier, between the two. Two great players.
It'll continue to play out as we tick closer to the halfway point of this premiership quarter. Running on this one, McMillan trying to corral her with Schuster. Does well enough. And they're both brought down. And in fact, holding the ball, free kick, she dragged it in. You saw the umpire gesture there. There'll be a free kick going the way of Shepherd to pump him back inside 50. She sticks it to the hot spot. The chance here, lurking there, flick over the top. It's all South Croydon. They hack it out of there. They saw the red and white. And marking there was the ruckman in Amy Whittle, who bites off the 45 to lay. Her sure hands were good. And they're out here on the transition. Prendergast is open. A running bounce. She asks for the shepherd of her teammate. Steps back inboard. Grubby little ball forward. There's Black again. Steps clear. Pops this one over the top. Prendergast off the leash again. An important hand there from Dara. They do well again. And the flying shot off target. And after all that, an anti-climax for South Croydon, a minor score. They travel to 6-5-41, playing the Wolves 3-2-20.
Definitely both teams still in it at the moment, would you say, Ryan?
Yeah, certainly. We've gone just over 11 minutes in the third quarter, so a quick goal here to the Wolves, and it's back to a really manageable margin of 15 points. But they'd want the next one.
Brooke Ellis from the defensive line. Kicks looking for Mills, who gathered it and then spilled. Great work there from Griffin. And now it's still inside 50 for the Dogs. Black was held, and she's got a free kick.
And that's just the perceived pressure. I mean, obviously, when she gets near the ball, you're worried about her because of how strong of a player she is. So to give away the free kick in front of goal, she doesn't miss too many, does she, the champion?
She doesn't. Probably locked up her spot in the team of the week early. For sure.
Continuing that early Crow narrative, Jono.
I'm more than well, it's the third quarter now, isn't it? Anyway, so Taylor Black, and as I was going to say, the Wolves will be worried if she kicks this. She's a superstar. Taylor Black kicks, makes no mistake. 6 more. 7-5-47. South Croydon to South Belgrave Listerfield 3-2-20. 12 minutes gone here in the third term on the Deakin University Match of the Round. Brian Long.
Fantastic finish in front of goal. It's just, yeah, I mean, how many games of senior men's games have we watched this year where people have just really struggled in front of goal? And the simplest things are set shots. And Taylor Black just doesn't miss, does she? As soon as she's within range, she's just a beautiful kick of the ball, and that was no exception.
It's a good celebration too. She just stood there and admired it. Held the pose and let her teammates come to her. Back in the centre now again. Tracking this is the captain, Sarah O'Toole. Trying to fight for it again was O'Donnell. South Croydon will have another ball up. They just step off the synthetic pitch. Allow Grimer to go to work in the ruck contest. Hawker there. She's trapped well. Brought to ground, and the umpire crosses his chest once more. So
Might have to move it back slightly here, but synthetic pitch is an afterthought here, Trent.
So a 22-point advantage stands the way of South Croydon as the Wolves look to head inside 50 once more. Lay does well enough to create the turnover. Heads to the outer wing side. Mason and Price go to work together. And then a good wrapping tackle there from Shepherd. Although South Croydon, they can barrel it forward. Bibby's there. And the soccer off the ground, it'll go the way of South Croydon. Their direct opponent just socketed it out of bounds. So the left boot. The lead into space from Black again. She had 2 to beat in the air. At ground level there, Griffin trying to flick it out to her teammate. She goes again, Black again in time and space, although that was quickly shut down by Alice it was. They've still got a chance through Bibby, who spins out of traffic again. Griffin to the hot spot, and standing in the hole well was Shepherd, who saves the day momentarily for the Wolves.
Just if you can see when it comes into screen, the scoreboard is, I think, incorrect at the moment. Reads 6-6, but South Croydon at the moment are 7-5.
There you go, the special comments from Ryan Long. Inboard now, Griffin going back with a flight there was Wolf, who bites off a dicey ball. What might work out with an unkind bounce. Lay again, she's got the speed. Already has 1 goal to her name. Into the pocket she heads, and it's off hands and out of bounds on that left side. And we'll have
well
ball
defended
up
there though, Jono, to spoil that out of bounds, because they're under the pump now with repeat inside 50s.
I think it's just a case of perhaps the scoreboard operator hit the wrong button. Up we go again. And the Wolves, that was an attempted barrel, but it still made the distance. Great kick though. Now it's in the centre, very close to the pitch. They're over it now. I think this is Smith, gathers, gets the hands off. It's all South Croydon at the moment, looking for Black, bouncing footy. Great interception there from the number 42. I don't think we have, oh yeah we do, sorry. No we don't, there we go. Don't have it, maybe a change of numbers. They come out again. But once more, South Croydon to bring the numbers in.
We need her name to give her credit for that fend off on Black too. That was
very good.
Might get Kate to chase that one up for us.
So SBL head towards their right side of the centre square. Southam hustles and bustles her way out, still manages to get the hand out, and Mason was held in the same spot. She can settle things. It's going to take a lot for the Wolves to get in front from here. Kicks to a contest. Now it's at ground level. Ball up. Right in front of the interchange gates here. Rucks go at it, but it's Grimmer to fall to ground. She gets up, picks up the footy and advances further for the Wolves. I reckon they might be on here, if not for a few South Croydon defenders who are quick to mop up the footy. Chasing the footy now is Giddens, who was infringed with. Free kick to the Dogs near the junction. Now they go down the line. Hawker takes the grab, gets it back inside. High up and under, big pack forms. No one can take the mark. Great soccer off the ground there from Shepherd. As the Wolves advance a little bit further, and it's going to be a last touch free kick. Brebner's got it just in the pocket.
They're the sort of half chances they're going to have to take if they want any chance to win this Anzac Day game. The Wolves out of side now. McMillan it might be. She spots a teammate inboard, put her under immediate pressure. Shepherd it was. Had a Wolves player hot on her tail. McMillan does enough to mop it up. Her own mess it was. Inboard now, Price. The ex-VFL footballer down the line. There's McKellar beaten out in the air, and it'll be the ball up. True centre wing on the outer wing side. Is that scoreboard still reading wrong, or?
Yeah, that's correct. So 7-5, 47 South Croydon actually, instead of the 6-6 on the scoreboard at the moment.
So let's remember that right in front of the Eastland logo. O'Toole comes out with it.
God, that hurts if you're a Wolves fan. Closer than what you think.
And the Doggies just icing the clock for a moment. The Wolves come at them though. Bibby was at ground level. Now here's Black. Dodges one. Ball still in play for the moment. She's going to get it back. No, turnover. Now the Wolves have it through Mason. Probably doesn't have time to do more of the same. Now in the centre square. It's Withers. Immediately turns it over to Price, who does the blind turn. Tackles laid, holding the footy. Wolves ball, here's Mason. Stevenson Fuss wearing 19 today for the Dogs, as we've gathered. Speaking of the Dogs, in they come through the corridor. It's Bibby trying to get the hands off the road, but she's met with a... Their teammates met with a solid tackle from Foster. And ball up now on the edge of the centre square. Wolves just trying to get a bit more possession, but they're going to be immediately stopped by some great tackling pressure from South Croydon as we tick into the
that's 25. She just handed it straight back to the umpire.
Oh dear.
Hawker it was with a brain fade.
Certain goal now.
And she's gift wrapped this one for Prendergast. Second or third. What are you up to there?
That
I'm losing
would be
count.
Third. This will
third.
Be, if we were assuming right in the...
So Prendergast on the three-quarter time siren.
Easy.
Has her third. And she stakes her claim for best on as well in the conversation with Black and South Croydon. 7-6-48.
I think it
playing
is
the Wolves.
8-5-53 now to 3-2-20.
3-2-20.
Unless we've just called a goal that wasn't, but I'm pretty sure that was a Black goal earlier, Jono.
We'll chase that up in the final break and get back to you there.
Well, yeah, absolutely. All right, we'll do that. Three-quarter time, back after this. And welcome back to the Deakin University match of the round, the first of two this weekend. Next to come, it is the Premier Division men's game between South Croydon and Blackburn. You can hear the pre-game show if you wish on that, but nevertheless, let's back to this game, the first of two. South Croydon 8-5-53, the correct score, leading South Belgrave Listerfield Wolves going into the final term. South Croydon pretty much winning the premiership quarter on this occasion. John O'Ven, Trent Cowan and Ryan Long with you on this occasion. And I believe we've got some coaches' messages. Is that right, Trent?
We'll get Ryan to read those out, I think.
We'll get Ryan to read them out. Ryan Long, the floor is yours.
Apologies, I've just come back here.
That's all right.
Impressive there by South Croydon. They were pretty happy with their quarter there. They want to finish it off, showing they've been growing each quarter, been a really strong third quarter there where they were able to put it on the scoreboard, strong contest, and really work on the communication between the girls. And then for the Wolves, it's just showing up and continuing that effort, their work rate to increase in this final quarter, which will be important if to any chance of a maybe late comeback.
Maybe indeed. Here's Trent Cowan.
So we turned for home here last quarter of a thrilling Anzac Day contest. Running onto this one at Prendergast. She's had her say today, worried out of it by Schuster. Bumped her off the footy. She had her head over it, flicked out the way. South Croydon player in McMillan, who just dobs it to centre half forward, trying to fend off her direct opponent and holding the footy in the end. A strange sort of call. Fraser it was. Pressured her well enough. Caught Price. Inboard now, a dicey ball, Prendergast. Instructions would have been at the break to keep it out of her space. Down the line now again, through the corridor. Spilling her mark, she butted up well. Sends a high ball to a one-on-one contest, and standing at the 4 well. There was Smith, who's done that all day. Outer wing side, McMillan, foot race on, she does well. Down the line once more again, Prendergast. Off the leash once more.
Unbelievable.
They head further afield to Black, who spins out of a wimpy tackle. The ruckman now sails over the goal line. Does it? Can she get a soccer off the ground? Bibby again. 360. No. Goal.
Some of that.
South Croydon put more hurt on the scoreboard. 9-5-59. Playing the Wolves 3-2-20. And she's all over it.
Is that it?
I think so. 39 points is probably a bit too much to ask for, but they've just been really impressive. Certainly from quarter time on, they've really got better as the game has gone along. Their clearance work has been strong, and their pressure has increased, which has made it tough for the Wolves.
Just to name some of South Croydon's country imports, we've got Price, there's Whittle and Giddens, and Ella Bibby, of course, one of them from Ballarat.
I thought she's been fantastic too.
She has been fantastic. A surprise packet, perhaps. An Anzac Day medalist, Smokey. As play restarts here, Giddens with a kick off the ground, and I'll tell you what, they're on here, South Croydon. In the centre of the ground now, Shepherd trying to get the footy. But it's all South Croydon at the moment. High up and under. Great mark taken, if not for a whistle. Mark has been paid.
Yep.
I think.
Go the way of Price. In fact.
Oh, no, that's... I think Price took the mark, but I think it was a free kick here awarded to Black.
So it's a free kick to Black. She moves on quickly. Hotly contested footy now. Great tackle laid there by... oh, geez, more number changes. That's the number 42.
Just, Jono, the scoreboard back to the correct score now.
It is indeed, Ryan. Thank you for doing the Lord's work during the three-quarter time. As restart here. How about this? Lay. It's the hand pass off. She was still held after she got rid of it. Now here's Brebner at the top of the 50 and 25. Costly. Costly, costly, costly. And Brebner can well and truly put the final nail in the coffin here. In round one, she doesn't though. Misses to the left. And it's a minor score, 9-6-60 South Croydon, 3-2-20 South Belgrave Listerfield, just under 4 minutes gone. Fourth term, Ryan Long.
One thing that they did speak about at three-quarter time, the Wolves, was continuing to fight and continuing to put that pressure on, even though the scoreboard is out, certainly out of reach now. So they'll be hoping to at least kick a couple of goals their own way in this final term and tighten that margin.
They'll certainly do that. Show a bit of fight on Anzac Day. Slap forward there, McKellar into the space, into the path of Bibby. The fumble did her all the favour. She still breaks the tackle and slots through. Another one for South Croydon. They've notched up double figures in the goal column. And they continue to grow their handsome lead.
She's just too strong around the contest, isn't she? She's hard to
impossible
take down.
To tackle,
and,
yeah.
Even that one before where almost got away with it, but the umpire called a ball up, but she's been really impressive, and that's someone who could really take this side to another level this year.
South Croydon face last year's grand finalists and indeed premiers, the Eastern Devils, next week. They'll certainly be taking up to them. Certainly be taking up to them as Sarah McNamara celebrates her 200th game. It is a home game for the Eastern Devils, so they'll be playing away at Mulgrave. Under lights too, it's going to be fantastic. It's the Wolves now inside 50. Collecting it there was Mills. Her teammate was immediately wrapped up. Sharp it was. We've got the perfect position to observe this ball up. Bucks go to work. Now at the back, Powell. Hard ball to win here. McMaster gets the ball, gets it off to Grimmer, who gets a kick away. Maybe Southam on the goal line. Have some of this, Southam. Yes! She's a superstar. Plenty of VFLW experience. A former Knox Falcon in the VFLW system. Moved over the Wolves and produced that. That's as good as it gets.
It's only a bit of forward pressure there too that helped to allow a goal.
Play of the day for South Belgrave Listerfield for sure.
But John, you certainly take a fair bit out of this game because South Croydon would have come in as the heavy favourites, playing a grand final last year. I know there's quite a few changes, but the girls that have come into that side are pretty strong as well. So even though at the moment it's a 40-point margin, there's still a lot to be taken from this game and a lot to build on from.
South Croydon 66, South Belgrave Listerfield 26. Here's Trent Cowan.
So they had their fourth for the day. It's important that they keep building, bring momentum into next week. Tracking it at ground level there was Hawk up. She'll butter up again and flick it to her teammate who was left standing still. High up and under again. Marking this one was Whittle, who can turn and go and put this one into the path of the ex-VFL footballer in Price. She's got a Wolves player wearing her like a glove and brings her down. They're still fighting, and it's awesome to see from a South Belgrave perspective. Their back six have had their hands full today. They've stood up valiantly. McKellar this time standing tall. Quickly peels off. Price again. Well, their direct opponent didn't work back quick enough on the turnover. And here's the result. 45-degree angle. The distance will test it. Eyes darting inboard. She heads in that direction now. Through the hands of Black. You don't say that too often. Bibby again. Black. They work in tandem. Taylor Black take a bow. Another one the way of South Croydon.
Jono, how many is that for her? For the third?
1, 2, 3 goals.
The floodgates have opened for the home side.
Has she locked up the Anzac Day medal? I mean, I know
there's quite a few. Bibby's been
umpires.
very strong. I thought Prendergast has been good, and their midfield group has been really strong as well. Certainly in the second half in terms of clearances. So there's quite a few options if you're looking to pick one. At least that's not our responsibility today. That will be I think an umpire decision. Or
Yep.
That's correct.
I know on Saturday they were doing medals for both teams for a lot of the games.
So back in the middle here, South Croydon can carry on their merry way at the moment. If not for SBL, who are going to send a high up and under, and Flanagan gets the footy. They're very quick to move. Chasing it now is Mills, although it's going to be left behind. McMaster might be able to muster something up here. She's held by Egan. Umpire said play on though. Players appeal, and it'll be a ball up. Might have got a handful of players there wrong in that sequence. I apologise as play restarts here. Almost near the pocket. South Croydon can clear here, if not for, I think that might be South.
Foster.
No, sorry, it's Foster. Gets the hand pass off. And now Withers.
Wow.
To the high up and under. Brebner intercepts. Over the back is Flanagan. Might be able to get it out the back door. They can't. Ball hits the deck. Now here's Mills. And it's going to be South Croydon to probably clear as easy as you like. One bounce and a clearing kick. Looking for Price again. She's been everywhere today for South Croydon. But now the Wolves can mount a challenge. No, umpire said holding the ball.
Oh, no.
Other way, no. It's okay. It shouldn't be a 25 on this occasion. And Price to take the kick.
Oh, no. So Price down the line. She's got a teammate in mind in the form of 19 for South Croydon, and standing tall was that 42 for the Wolves, not on our team sheet. She's had a couple of good efforts we haven't been able to put a name to. So the synthetic pitch at ground level there, collecting with South Croydon. They try the 1-2, doesn't work out with Withers standing in the way. On the deck it sits again. Number 30, Hammersley, getting involved again. The coach's daughter, inside 50, a dribbling ball. Was socket out of reach of Price. Ground level once more, wrapped up well was Griffin, gang tackled by 2. They continue to show fight on Anzac Day, do the Wolves. Tossed high once more. Palm down the throat of South Croydon. She'll butter up again at ground level. Grimwade, and might earn herself a free kick here. So consecutive efforts paying off for Amy Grimwade.
So here's Grimwade on the edge of the centre square to the hot spot. No one can get a mark for South Croydon, so it's the Wolves' turn to try and clear the area. Chasing the footy hard as Wolf, but it's going to be to no avail for the moment. As they come out, the Wolves, almost taking the mark there was Mason, dispossessed of the footy. Umpire says she was held. Free kick. Right in front of the Deakin University logo.
Fraser's just come off with a bit of a hamstring issue.
And the ball is intercepted by Jeej. I'm sorry, Degamore it is. As South Croydon move it down. Now here's Price, sends it goalward. The easiest of marks taken by Bibby, the girl from Ballarat. Can well and truly seal the game as we're ticking just under 13 minutes to go. She's missed it, and I might have put the Moz on there, boys. As the score now is 11-6-72. Might be 11-7. 11-6 is what we've got to 4-2-26. 11-7 it is, 73-26. South Croydon lead. Here's Trent Callan.
So 13 minutes have played in this final term on Anzac Day. South Croydon Blackburn to follow this game. Inside 50 they head once more. South Croydon, they're peppering on offence and wrapped up well. 20 out from home.
The crowd's starting to build in as well. It might not be the best view from the camera because it's all on this side, but quite a lot of people, especially up on the hill here too.
Stretched right across the fence on this broadcast side. Another whistle. The umpire will point the way of the Wolves. They try and mount something late. They can certainly hold their head high. Flanagan can't mark. McKellar wrapped up. Funny sort of handball into space. Although her pressure was good enough, she goes again. Oh, and then finds it on the deck. Can she burst through? Finds her hand. Lay. That was superb. The speed on Lay on display once more. Black can't trap it. There's Withers, worried out of it by Price. Ground level again. Another dumping tackle. And it'll trickle over right in front of the Wolves coaching staff. There's been a whistle.
Oh no, Withers. Oh, just hobbling there in front of the interchange gates. She'll come off. Shouldn't say interchange gates, I meant cricket nets. We've got a ball up here right in front of the cricket nets. It's going to go over the boundary line for another one in front of, you guessed it, the cricket nets. And it'd be interesting to see if Bailey Weathers pulls up. So here comes SBL. If not for Giddens, the score, South Croydon 11-7-73 to South Belgrave Listerfield 4-2-26. On the wing, the kick was on target for Degamore. She couldn't quite as Smith collects, sends it down. Who can emerge with it? It's going to be South Croydon. Handball was for Grimwade. It's the ball just peppers away from side to side. Great mark taken there from Whittle, who has to let it go because it wasn't a mark. Both sides peppering away really well. Just, it's been a red hot contest. That's a great mark taken by the number 42.
She's held her own down there.
She has indeed.
So outer wing side, marking well there was Wolf, who likewise has held her own. She bites off the 45 ball to the numbers. On the stretch, no one can mark. Here's Leigh again. A turn of foot. On show once more. Ducking and weaving inside 50. Has Bibby in mind and finds her by foot. Marks well, 20 out.
Just how quick she was. I mean, we've mentioned it all afternoon, but just to be able to dodge through too. And then the kick was perfect.
Bibby strolls in. She can't quite nail through another to her name. And that's their 8th blemish of the afternoon for South Croydon. 11-8-74. Wolves 4-2-26. John O'Ben.
Down the line, goes sharp. Finds her intended target. Now right in front of proud sponsors of the EFNL. Their logos. SBL move it across. Although they can't as they do the intercept work. And O'Toole tries to send it back in. A chain of handballs, and now they're down through the corridor. Mark was almost taken there by Shepherd. They still might be on here. SBL to try and clear. Kick was off the side of the boot though. Now it's Ellis who can work in open space. Turnover. And now they're inside 50 again. Black was called to play on. Snap around the body. Bouncing ball might go over the top of him. Oh, you know what? Bibby might be able to do it all herself. She can't. Gets the hand pass off. And now they just do a bit of work to try and open up the angle.
Just some good news for the Wolves. It's just a precautionary thing for Withers coming off. So nothing too serious, which is good to hear because she's had a big afternoon today.
So ball heads over the line. And it's going to be a ball up here in the pocket as we close down to the final minutes.
There's a well-timed fist there from Willed Up, denying Black a chance at another one. To the hot spot now, in good marking shape here. South Croydon again. Number 19, not on our team sheet. Apologies there.
I think it's Stevenson Fuss. I apologise.
There we go. You're dead right there, Jono. Misinformed with number 42. Might have been a late jumper change. She strolls in. And another late consolation prize for South Croydon.
Consolation prize, they're in front. They're in front.
Just a late prize, rather.
So the score, I believe, 12-8-80. Maybe the scoreboard's yet to tick over as we tick inside the final minute to SBL 4-2-26. A score that South Croydon, remember, after the Premier A Grand Final, they only scored 26, and now they score way more than that in round one to kick off the year. And this is as good as you'll see to kick off the season. Whistle, though, 5-6-5 infringement, going to go the way of South Croydon. It's very familiar. She's not going to quite do a Gavin Lowe of what happened in the Reserves Grand Final last year in the men's for Blackburn, I think it was. They're playing later this afternoon. South Croydon might be able to have the last laugh here inside the last 10 seconds. They probably won't score, or maybe they might. Taylor Black, top of the goal square, Bibby. Yes! Got it! And there's the siren. A fitting way to end the game. Ella Bibby, the girl from Ballarat, finishes it off 13-8-86. South Croydon to SBL Wolves 4-2-26. The final score on the second Deakin University match of the round. What a game, what a performance from Bibby, what a performance from everyone from South Croydon. I'll get some final thoughts. Ryan Long, we'll start with you.
Oh, it just as the longer the game went in, the more confident they got. Certainly moved the ball really well. Their pressure started to build, and when you just got the likes of Black up forward, Bibby had a phenomenal game,
Unbelievable.
and then Prendergast was really on early. They just got so many options, and that's been a real strength of them. But I thought the Wolves were pretty good for most of the game, and obviously they're coming up against a really tough side, last year's grand finalists. So again, there's still a lot to take out of this one.
No, they can certainly hold their head high, for sure. The Wolves, they put up a good fight. They certainly had the better of them in that first term. The wheels slowly started falling off towards the end there. A few uncharacteristic, undisciplined actions costing them one too many there, but I don't think the scoreboard really reflects the battle there. It was certainly well fought out.
Yeah, it was a good contest.
A fantastic game for sure. Now the umpires just coming in to sort out who got best on ground, the Anzac Day medal. But that'll do it from us here. John O'Van, Ryan Long and Trent Callan with you for the first of two games today. We'll unpack this and much more on Female Footy Focus to be released on Thursday morning. But until next time, it's bye for now. The final score, 13-8-86. South Croydon defeated the SBL Wolves 4-2-26 on the second Deakin University match of the round. Next up will be North Ringwood and Knox next weekend for the third match of the round for round 2. But until next time, it's bye for now.